Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Tuesday, the 27th of April. This mod review, yesterday I talked about 4K and I tried to do my RASFET video rendered in 4K. It worked. I'm not going to be doing it moving forward. I shall tell you for why. The mod review yesterday, mods dropped about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I did the mod review, prepped it all, edited, and was ready to render and upload at about 20 past 5 in the afternoon, early evening. I set it rendering, which it took a little bit longer to do. Then I sent it off to YouTube. The time it took to render that to 4K for me to be able to post it for people to watch took nearly 5 hours. At 10:45 last night, that video was ready to view. I can't have videos taking 5 hours to render. It just, no, not going to happen. So, we have new mods. We have some updates. The updates are as follows. Up at the top, Somerset Farms map by Steve's Mods has had an update. The Sicma RM235 by Pepe978. The John Deere 1270G series by Woodcraft Modding. We have got a new Seasons Geo. It's mixed in with the updates today. The Realeza PR by Luan Tavares. Put my teeth back in. And the Seasons Geo Productions by ER Shaba have all had updates today. We also have a new map. The one I was waiting for last week, the one exception I was going to make to my holiday, Spectacle Island by Alien Jim from FS17 has been converted to FS19. I will be doing a map tour. I have been in cahoots with Jim for a little while over this, so I'll be doing a map tour on that later on. How long that will take to load, I have no idea. In front of me, we've got the Polish Brick Garage. This is 6.8 megabytes download, 16 slots on console. This is by BarT. It is seasons ready. You'll find it under sheds, and it's 35,000 to buy. There are no options on it or anything like that. Nicely detailed. Double garage. Has lighting inside. It's not a workshop trigger, it's just a garage for parking vehicles. Light switch is just there. Like I said, you'll find it under sheds. Very nice. Also by BarT, we've got the Small Village Shop. This is a placeable that will earn you income, so you kind of own the shop and then you make a bit of money from it. 6.48 megabytes download, 18 slots on console. You'll find this under placeables and miscellaneous. It's 42,000 to buy. It will pay out on easy 100 per hour, on normal 70 per hour, on hard 40 per hour. This is also seasons ready. I love the detailing on this. I'm hoping that's not a wasp's nest up there. Could be a bird's nest. The weathering, the detailing. I love this stonework around the bottom. That kind of mottled effect on that. That's fantastic. So yeah, it's not a sell point, but it will earn you income. Very nice indeed. Both of those by BarT. Next, we've got this. This is the Village Fountain, or Water Fountain, when you look into the Mod Hub. 2.81 megabytes download, 2 slots on console. This is by WitchyBex. Hello, Witchy, if you're watching. I think this is Witchy's first mod. Nicely detailed. I love the bird sitting on there, having a bit of a drink out of the little top section there. You come up to this, you can get your water from here. When I placed it, though, I did try and get it level. On placing it, it made a little bit of a mound. So it may require, when you place it, like I said, I tried to get it as flat as I possibly could, as low as I could. I adjusted it, and I still got a little bit of a mound when it placed it. But nice detailing on this as well. This is seasons ready. You'll find it in placeables and miscellaneous. It's only 2 slots, and it will cost you 300 to buy and place. Very nice. By WitchyBex. Moving on. we have this. This is the Condor C85-40. This is 4.14 megabytes download, 4 slots on console. It's by AAA Modding. It's 2 meters wide. You'll find it under plows. You can have it in blue or red. Those are the 2 options. It does say rubber on there, isn't it? Yeah. And it's a plow. It plows at 2 meters. That's what it does. Nicely detailed. We'll have to have a look in the menu because I can't remember how much it was. Now this is not a turnable one. You go up one way, you come back down the other. Can create fields as you can do with most plows. L1 and triangle on PlayStation. Drop it down. We can extend or create from there. Let's just drop that off like so. Like I say, under tools it is under plows. Only because I forgot what the price was. Didn't make a note of that. 12,000. Requires 180 horsepower to pull, and it will run at 7 miles per hour. Main colour, blue and red. Next, we have got the Sicma. Now, this is by Pepe978 and Pepe978 FSI group. There was a smaller Sicma which had the update. It was one of the updates today, wasn't it? Part of the update was allowing the name of the brand to be used on console. This is the larger version. This is a power harrow, the Sicma RW520. This is really, really well detailed. I mean, really nicely detailed. So Pepe978 FSI group, 11.56 megabytes download, 8 slots on console. You find it under power harrows. Difference between this and a lot of the other power harrows, I think a lot of them run at 4 miles an hour. This runs at 8 miles an hour. It does fold up. Like I say though, the detail of it is, wow, looks amazing. I don't think it requires too much horsepower. I mean, it requires a bit of horsepower, but you know, obviously not huge amounts. Under power harrows, it is 16,500 to buy, 5.2 meters wide, requires 250 horsepower. We can have it without warning signs, or if you're feeling particularly safety conscious, you can have it with warning signs. Those are the 2 options. It folds up. Takes a little bit of time, but it does get going. Nice, smooth, neat animation. Has a little bit of a think about it. Lights on the back if you go for the hazard section with indicators as well. Turn it on. See the PTOs running from the main shaft and then out. And then out. See, as you can see them vibrating, yeah, it's just slightly, one of them's got a bit more of a wobble than the other. Might need looking at. And away we go. Nice detailed, nice animation, nice sound. I love that as well, that gradual wind down of that rotor. Very nice indeed. That's the Sicma RW520 by Pepe978 FSI group. One of the mods that was on the mods hub and it got removed like almost immediately was the steel MS391 chainsaw by Lsmt modding team Stefan. I'm sure, didn't this happen the other week with was it this mod or one similar to it? I bought it, I've got it, and as I was doing it, I went onto the website to check the details on it, and it's gone. It's been removed. So yeah, I don't know if you've still got it or not. It's a chainsaw. 1.72 megabytes download. It will cost you 750 to buy. It's one slot, but it doesn't seem to be available anymore. Moving on though, we've got this beast. This is the CLAAS IH TigerMate 255 Field Cultivator by Custom Modding. 18.2 meters wide, 19.76 megabytes download, 13 slots on console. There are a few different options available on this. This requires 500 horsepower to pull. But it does have the shanks and coulters. And then we've got the section on the back for the cultivating bit, but it is huge. It does have a rear trailer hitch option as well, should you wish to pull something behind it. It comes standard like this with 4 bars. You can then do a few different adjustments. I think you can have a 2-bar with the rear cage section. You can have a 3-bar with rear cage section. We'll have a look at it. Of course we will. Under cultivators, the TigerMate 255, 104,463 for an 18.2 meter, runs at 9 miles per hour, requires 500 horsepower. As I said, we start off with the 4-bar Tiger Tine harrow. We can then go with the 2-bar and soil command, I think it's cage rollers, isn't it? Then you can have 3 bars and the cage rollers, and then back to the 4-bar without the cage rollers if you wish. We can have numbers. If I can zoom in a little bit there. Should pop up on the frame. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. If you have multiple ones running. And then we've got the rear hitch. Yes, no, or yes. If you want a rear hitch on it, 2. It's always difficult to know what angle to go when you've got a very large piece of machinery to get in as much detail as you possibly can. Very big, very cool, very nice. We'll raise it up, take it back, and we'll fold it. The other one I've got over there, this one's got the cage rollers, the other one didn't. The other one's folded. You can see what size it is folded. We'll fold it up as we go. Wings in first. Then the whole lot will fold up into itself from there. Very nice. The level of detail on this is incredible. So there we go. The CLAAS IH TigerMate 255 Field Cultivator by Custom Modding. Moving on. We've got the Siloking Prestige 22 meter cubed, 11.89 megabytes download, 12 slots on console. This is by ARM team. It is a self-propelled feed mixer. We've got the Strout one we've got already standard in game. There's a few different modded versions of these sorts of things knocking around. This is a 32,000 litre. Unlike the one we had recently, this doesn't do like all different feeds and cereals and that kind of thing. It's your regular feed mixer, so it will do your straw, your silage and your hay, so as it should do, but you know what I mean, as it does in game. Nicely detailed. We had Siloking on, it was Siloking standard on FS19, wasn't it? Then when we got 19, we got the Stroutman. Sure it was. Let's have a quick look. You'll find it under vehicles and animals. Yeah, the Stroutman VM1702 is the standard one now. So the standard in-game one is 17,000 litre capacity for 158 grand. This is a 32,000 litre capacity for 150, so it's cheaper with a larger capacity. There are no options available. You get it as it is. It does have a left and right unload as options. Now you can fill this with bales, you can fill it from buy points, you can fill it from silos with loose product if you want to. That's entirely up to you. It has got the collector on the front. I always say sweep, it's kind of a sweep cutter bar, so you can pick up loose from the ground if you've got piles or your silage clamps or whatever it may be. In the real world, that would go up and down on a silage clamp and it would shave kind of as it goes. Did I say what it was? Slot count and stuff? I did, didn't I? Yeah. Start up. Horn. Beacon. Lights. Arm. Up and down. L1 and right stick up and down. It's got a very wide, like, sort of neck on the arm on that. So it should do a fair amount. And then L1 and right stick side to side, we can open and close the front section as well, which is what you would do if, like, say, if you were at a silage clamp and you were shaving up and down on the silage clamp, you would have it done like that. But turn it on, does that, mixer turns inside. In cab, really nice detailed. I don't know what's up with Farm Dog today. He's driving me absolutely bonkers. He's just barking at absolutely everything. Right, so yeah, that's the interior. Very nice indeed. And if we go open our help menu, why is my help menu not opening? There we go. We can go R1 and then down the D-pad, tip side left, tip side right. And it works just like a regular feed mixer. The fact that it's self-propelled, I mean, I don't know, some people think it makes it easier, it makes it better. Obviously, a self-propelled version is far more expensive, but it's a standalone piece of kit. Just go over, jump in it, bang, off you go. The trailed ones are a lot cheaper, but then obviously you need another vehicle to be able to move them around. Depends how you feel about it. But anyway, it's very nice. Very nice mod indeed. The Siloking Prestige 22 metre cubed by ARM team. Moving on, we have got this. This is the CLAAS Axion 800 by Smety. It is 23.32 megabytes download, 27 slots on console. Now, if you don't have the CLAAS DLC, we don't get many CLAAS tractors and things like that, or not very often anyway. So, because I thought straight away, we've kind of already got this, but that's only if you've got the DLC. If you haven't got the DLC, yeah, we've got a new CLAAS tractor. Nicely detailed. Quite a few different tyre options and things on this as well. A good option for weights and 3-point link and stuff on the front. It's a nice looking model. The standard one that you get in the DLC, I think, is about 30, I want to say 36 slots. So 27 slots, not too bad at all. You'll find this under medium tractors. So if you've got the CLAAS DLC, the Axion 7800 is 184 grand. Yeah, 36 slots from Giants. I think that might be the newer version though. I think this is a slightly older one. I'm sure it said on the website. Production 2006 to 2016. So yeah, this is a slightly older version of the Axion. 190,200 for the base model. Slot count will drop down from 27 to 2. We can change the main colour to anything on that palette. There are a few to choose from. I'm going to leave it on the CLAAS green. Rim colour, again, we've got a white, a grey, a black, and there's a chrome if you want to bling up your CLAAS for some reason. Then design colour changes the engine grille grid mesh out the front like that. Then tyre choices. We have Trelleborg, Nokian, Michelin, and Mitres. On the Trelleborg, we have got standard. Now, I don't know if it was actually the rim size that changed here. We've got standard and with wheel weights. Then it says wide. Did that, maybe it went a little bit bigger? I mean, a fraction. I think the rim size definitely went up. Rim size goes up. But anyway, we've got that with weights. Then you can have narrows. You can have rear twins, you can have twins, and back to... Oh no, they're narrow twins. That's what I went for, didn't I? Yeah. I like the narrow twin option. That looks really nice. then back to standard. Then under knock-in, we've got standard, communal, no other options. Michelin, standard, weights, wides, wide and weights, rear twins, twins. No narrow option on that for narrow twins or anything like that. Back to standard. And then miters, standard, wheel weights, wides, wide and weights, rears, twins, twins all round, back to standard. So, as we often find a lot of times, the Trelleborg is the option that's going to give you most tyre choices, but you may prefer a particular brand. Then we've got the choice of mudguards, yes, or wide, that extends the rear arch. And then we've got side sign, no, or yes, which puts the EU side signs on, or you can go US if you want to. So you've got a kind of US spec version, then back to no. Then attaches standard, this is the front, so we've got standard, 1600 kilogram front weight, 3-point link with PTO and back to standard. Then engine setup, 820 at 197 horsepower, 830 at 235, 840 at 250 horsepower, 850 at 264. I think it goes back in from there, yeah. So the 850 is 264 horsepower. All of that for, with a few changes on there, 230 grand. That will obviously change depending on what you decide to go for yourself, but those are the options. Let's hop in. Sounds nice. So I went for the narrow twins on this. Now they don't look narrow, so we often get this where it says narrows, but do they cause crop destruction? I think I've got my crop destruction turned on. I don't often test this, but this has just suddenly dawned on me. So what I'm going to do is go into here and put crop destruction on, because I just want to check this. I say something happens a lot. We get a narrow option, then it gives twins, then it says narrow twins, but often it's just an aesthetic. Often the narrow twins do still cause crop destruction. We're about to find out. No, they don't. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad I tested it. Horn, beacon. There's no opening or closing doors or windows on this. Light options. I don't think the light stalks on the... I've gone for the US version. I don't think that the light stalks fold. No. They don't have indicators on the light stalks. They are just light stalks. Interior looks like this. Neat, tidy. Nice mod. That's the CLAAS Axion 800 by Smety. Which brings me on to the last of the mods for today, and it's these little beauties. Now, like I say they're little beauties, that's my personal opinion, because I do like these sorts of tractors. This is the Massey Ferguson 200, 6.35 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. This is by DMG Mert. It is one tractor with a few different variations. I've just got 2 different versions of it. There's 2-wheel drive, there's a 4-wheel drive. I really like the look of this. Anywho, you'll find this under vehicles, small tractors, Massey Ferguson 200, 32,500 for the base model. Slot count will drop down from 6 to 1. I mean, 6 anyway isn't too bad. We've got a main colour option. We can choose anything on that palette, so we can go for a. I mean, we could go for a black Massey if we wanted to. I went for. I think did I go for Challenger? I think took a little bit more like their kind of industrial type version of the Masseys, but you can go for anything you like. If you wanted a blue Massey particularly. Anyway, that said, we've got design no and yes. Puts the little side seat bits on there so you can sit on the fenders. Wheel arches on the side. Attaches 0 kilogram 40, 120, 200, 280 or off. Wheel setup we have got standard. We've got wides, we've got narrows. These are on the 2-wheel drive. Then we go to a 4-wheel drive, standard, wide, narrows, and back to the 2-wheel drive option. Then we've got the 265, which is 65 horsepower, and the 285, which is 75 horsepower. It's always weird enough. I've always wondered that. So the 265 is 65 horsepower. Why not a 275 at 75 horsepower? Anyway, it's a minor thing, but the 285 is 75 horsepower. Those are the options. Let's hop in the 2-wheel drive. Horn, lights. That's it with the lights. First person. Nicely detailed, nice and smooth. Not that the 4-wheel drive's any different, engine sound or anything, but sort of slightly larger horsepower, higher horsepower. Very, very nice. So, there we go, the Massey Ferguson 200 by DMG Mert. And that's it for the mods for another day. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.